Since their conference finals run in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been the same. They lost in the first round in back-to-back seasons, their defense continues to struggle, and they've since fired Nate McMillan and traded former lottery pick John Collins. However, while most might not be high on the Atlanta Hawks right now, they have the formula to shock everyone next season. They have a top 5 point guard in the entire league in Trae Young. They have younger, impactful pieces that will get more opportunities to show their worth next season, and Quinn Snyder at the helm and having a full training camp with the team will propel them to new heights. Here's why the Atlanta Hawks will be much better than people think in 2024 and the reasonable expectations for them overall. But before we begin, be sure to leave a like on the video as each like makes a tremendous difference for the channel, and be sure to sub to the channel for even more content like this. Though the Hawks have been inconsistent over the past 2 seasons, Trae Young has been an important mainstay for being an engine of an elite offense. Somehow, we're overlooking what Trae Young has accomplished over the past 2 seasons, and that plays a big factor as to why Trae is becoming one of the league's underrated players. In 2021, Trae led the Hawks to the Eastern Conference Finals in literally his first playoff appearance, while averaging 28 and 10 through 16 games. In that, Trae became just the 4th player in NBA history to score 30 points and have 10 assists in his playoff debut, became the 4th Hawks player to score 20 plus points in 10 straight playoff games, and was the youngest player to record a 20-point 15 assist performance in the NBA playoffs. Additionally, in the conference finals, Trae dropped 48, 11, and 7 in a road victory against the future champ Milwaukee Bucks, being the only player ever to drop 45 points and 10 assists in a conference finals game. In 2022, while the Hawks weren't spectacular, Trae Young for sure did what he could offensively to keep the team afloat. He averaged 28 points and 10 assists on the best efficiency of his career, and with this being only the 15th instance in NBA history that player averaged at least 27 points and 9 assists in a single season. And the crazy thing is, the last player to do that was himself in 2020. Additionally, he would drop a pivotal 38 points and 9 assists on the road to beat the Cavs in the play-in tournament, hit timely buckets in a hostile environment, and sent the Hawks to the NBA playoffs. Trae was literally 1 point per game shy of having another season averaging 27 points and 9 assists in 2023, but he still managed to average 26 points and 10 assists while leading the Hawks to the 7th best offense in the NBA. He was 9th in total points scored at just over 1,900. He led the entire league in total assists, having 63 assists, more than the next closest player in Jokic, and had 24 30-plus point games. Trae isn't going to be very impactful defensively given his diminutive stature, and you'd ideally want your best players to set the tone on that end. However, given the offensive masterclass that Trae is and his ability to completely take over playoff games, I'm confident that the Hawks will remain an elite offense next season. In the backcourt with Trae is DeJounte Murray, who actually had an underrated 2023 season as well. Like Trae, he didn't sniff the All-Star team, but he would average 21 points and 6 assists, along with 1.5 steals last season, and actually would bump that up to 23 points and 7 assists on 38% from 3 in the NBA playoffs. The partnership between Trae and DeJounte was a work in progress for much of the season, as even though their minutes were staggered and were able to run offenses individually, Trae was struggling to adapt to that off-ball role. However, Quinn Snyder has spoken glowingly about this backcourt and how great of a future pairing that they can be with DeJounte signing his extension. And both Trae and DeJounte have already been putting work over the offseason to better develop their chemistry. With a full training camp under Quinn Snyder, I do fully expect this duo to operate better together since they only played 21 games under Snyder last season. Trae has flashed that he can operate well and be a threat as an off-ball player in years past, and I do expect him to do the same next year. Moving on from the backcourt, we need to shine some lights on players that will get more shine in 2024. And the first is power forward Jalen Johnson. Johnson didn't see much playing time in his first 2 seasons, playing just 5 minutes per game in his first season and 15 minutes per game in his sophomore season. But with John Collins being dealt, expect him to be a very impactful player in year 3. Johnson is an athletic, versatile 6'9" forward who demonstrated at Duke that he plays very well above the rim, is very skilled as a passer for someone of his size, crashes the glass well, and can lead the break, and uses length to present problems defensively. When he did get minutes in the month of April, he would average 12 points, 1 block, and 2 steals in 21 minutes a game, and shot 57% from the field. And in the playing game against the Miami Heat, in which he'd only play 14 minutes, he would chip in 10 points and 7 rebounds, along with 3 steals. The 3-point shots isn't exactly there in terms of efficiency or volume just yet, but he did provide value in terms of rim pressure last season, and the Hawks will see improvement in multiple areas with him getting more minutes. They need defensive improvement and playmaking outside of their backcourt in the worst way, and inserting him at the 4 definitely helps them in those areas. The Hawks will get more defensive help on the wings, the presence of AJ Griffin, who they picked just outside the lottery last year. At 6'6" with a 6'11" wingspan, Griffin has already shown his potential on the defensive end as someone with good ball skills and anticipation, and offensively, he was great from beyond the arc, shooting 39% from 3 as a rookie on 4 attempts a game. His ability to hit the outside shots further opened up his game as he consequently was able to put the ball on the floor and get to the paint more easily. He also shot a great 45% from mid-range as well, and definitely has the ability to shine in 2024 with more responsibilities. The Hawks front court actually has a ton of depth entering next season, as both DeAndre Hunter and Saddiq Bey will be returning at the forward positions, with the former averaging a career-high 15 points per game last season, and latter shooting 40% from 3 in Atlanta. They also have both Clint Capella and Onyeka Okongwu on the front lines as well, with Clint being a steady double-double guy and providing rim protection for the Hawks, and Onyeka being a force that can guard multiple positions and becoming better and better with more opportunities. The Hawks have even more depth in the backcourt with Bogdan Bogdanovic and newly acquired sharp shooting Patty Mills. But the point is, the Hawks have the talent to make a legitimate run in 2024. They won't be the favorites in the Eastern Conference, but there's no reason not to put them among the top teams under Quinn Snyder. They'll be an elite offense once again, their defense will improve upon last season, and there are a few notable teams in the East like the Heat and Sixers who don't even exactly know what their backcourt situation will look like for next year. Barring injury and a setback on defense, the Hawks are a shoo-in for the NBA playoffs and could make a deep run in 2024. Those are just my thoughts on this Atlanta Hawks team, so feel free to comment your thoughts in the comment section down below. What are your expectations and ceiling for the 2024 Hawks? And how successful do you feel Trae and DeJounte could be in the backcourt next season? Also, let me know which young player you're most excited to see blossom next season. Be sure to leave a like on the video, as each like makes a tremendous difference for the channel, and be sure to sub to the channel for even more content like this. To see you on the next one, and stay tuned.